What is up, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm gonna read it for you guys. Today I'm gonna be doing something different. So if you guys don't know that we're already in December and like it's almost close to Christmas, so I decided to go ahead and do a series where I decided to review some movies. And well, I was planning on reviewing the movie Kangaroo Jack. Now, if you guys have not heard about this movie, well, I'm gonna go ahead and give you guys a recap. Kangaroo Jack was called centered on two friends who goes by name of Charlie and Lewis, and they're played by Jerry L. Conley and Anthony Anderson. And the movie centers on where they actually try to go and deliver what's called some money to some random guy. They get into trouble where basically they run into with the kangaroo, which literally in the title says, Kangaroo Jack, or aka Jackie Legs. And well, literally the kangaroo steals the money, and then Charlie and Lewis embark on a crazy adventure where they try to find a way how to get the money back. And then they get into some shenanigans. Then towards the end of the movie, well, spoilers if you have not seen it, they get confronted by their mob boss, and then literally they end up actually defeating him. And then the movie ends where they end up keeping the money, and then basically they meet up with Kangaroo Jack or Jackie Legs, and then they end up actually they end up getting back Lewis's jacket. And then literally the movie ends where they're on a cruise ship, and then literally just end up, and then we also get a what's called appearance from Jackie Legs. And literally basically since what's called, like I mentioned, what's called the movie is Kangaroo Jack, and we just get some scenes of Jackie Legs, and then the movie just cuts to black, and then the movie ends. Honestly, here's the thing, what's called, I did actually I seen this movie what's called a while back. And honestly, this movie, here's the thing, I understand why people did not actually kind of were anticipated for this movie, because here's the thing. So literally, if you guys if you guys don't know, that producer Jerry Bruckheimer, who was a producer in the movie, actually was trying to go ahead, looking for his next movie. And then I guess that's where he ended up actually picking up a script which was actually originally titled Down Under. So you guys know Down Under is actually the original title for Kangaroo Jack, and it was actually the movie was actually supposed to have a rated what's called rated R cut. And yes, this movie was rated R until they changed it to a PG rating. And honestly, literally it was kind of crazy. This movie was actually originally, I guess, what's called a rated R comedy boss, what's called a mafia boss movie, and then it just turned into a kind of more of an animated movie. And well, honestly, here's the thing. So literally the movie, when it was released, it actually was banned by critics. I mean, it was canned by critics. They only had a 9% on Rotten Tomatoes with a 29% on the audience score. The movie did actually make back they made money, and they actually made over close to $100 million. So the movie had actually became a hit. And literally a year later, in 2004, we got an animated direct-to-video sequel titled Kangaroo Jack G-Day USA. And honestly, I did actually I did actually saw this movie a while back, and honestly, literally I did not know this is actually a direct follow-up to the first movie. And honestly, since I did see Kangaroo Jack, honestly, this movie, it's actually got its it actually has its moments. And honestly, I'm not gonna lie, this movie is actually kind of funny if you guys have not seen it, because honestly, here's the thing: if you would have actually if you actually remove some of the scenes with the kangaroo, then it would just be the original movie, which is Down Under. Then if you change Kangaroo Jack to Down Under, then yeah, it would actually here's the thing, since literally they actually removed some of the radar scenes from the movie, they should have just kept the original title. Or literally, here's the thing. So when they were actually marketing the movie, and I guess when they show test screening, I guess that people actually kind of the kangaroo, and then I guess that's why they decided just to throw the Jackie Legs into the movie. They just name it Kangaroo Jack. But honestly, here's the thing: the movie, I understand why people kind of did not like it, because obviously the title is called Kangaroo. What's called Kangaroo Jack. And honestly, since literally the movie did actually kind of show Jackie Legs, and honestly, I mean, here's the thing. I mean, basically the movie was kind of I would say I would say I didn't hate the movie. I mean, literally, it was actually okay. I mean, literally the movie was actually pretty great. I mean, like, I know that, like, honestly, if the movie was a bit different, they would show more of Jackie Legs, and then if it would have had a different, like, if they would have done some reshoots, and plus, just to let you guys know that the budget was actually 60 mil, and honestly, well, since the movie made back to like close to $90 million at the box office, like, it was made close to $100 million, so the movie did make a big hit, which I'm not like surprised that it did make back its money. And honestly, well, literally, it's actually kind of pretty great that this movie did made a lot of money, and then, like, it got a direct to video sequel. And then honestly, like, well, here's the thing. So what's called literally basically, like, the what's called here's the basically just to go and discuss you guys about the movie. So here, what I did actually like about the movie is the soundtrack. Man, literally the soundtrack is pretty great, and also the theme where we end up seeing Jackie Legs, and honestly the theme right there. Oh my god, what's called that theme is pretty was called that was called. I did actually kind of like the theme. It was actually pretty great, and honestly, well, and also alongside with the characters, Jerry Connell, who actually played Charlie, like, he was. What's called he was great, and then we also got Anthony Anderson, who literally, like, just years prior actually came out in the movie Big Mama's House, and then, well, he also came out in Kangaroo Jack. And honestly, well, I'm not gonna lie, what's called like literally Anthony Anderson was actually funny in this movie as the character Lewis, who's actually Charlie's his best friend. And honestly, I'm not gonna lie, I think both Jerry O'Connell and Anthony Anderson have good chemistry, alongside with the third lead, who's actually Jesse. And basically, well, literally she doesn't even show up towards, I guess, midway into the almost close towards the end of the movie. But honestly, like, she's actually what's called pretty great, and like literally her character is actually all right. And also, well, alongside is actually with the film's villain, who is actually played by Michael Shannon. And also, we even got Christopher Walken in the movie, which I'm not gonna lie is kind of was called great. And honestly, I'm not gonna lie, the cast is pretty great. But honestly, if they literally, I guess that literally what people actually was called, like, seen in the movie was actually obviously is Kangaroo Jack. And honestly, I guess that's what people was actually waiting to go ahead and see. And they basically, once when the movie released, I mean, like, they kind of actually were like, they were like, like, I guess I would say, what's called literally, they actually what's called like literally what's good. They were actually waiting to go ahead and see, obviously, Jackie Legs. But honestly, since the movie was actually centered on both Jerry Connolly and Anthony Anderson's characters, I mean, good, I guess they did kind of what's called. I didn't really show too much of Kangaroo Jack, and basically just just focus on the what's called the story plot. And honestly, well, I mean, like, good, I guess that's what kind of literally what's called why the movie did not sit well with critics and audiences. But honestly, the movie did deserve a what's called they actually became was a classic, and then it did actually kind of became what's called great just 20 years later. And plus, it's literally 2023 is actually the 20th anniversary of the movie. And plus, if you guys have not seen the movie, well, go ahead and check it out. I mean, like, literally, and also alongside, well, if you guys have not seen this animated movie Kangaroo Jack G-Day to USA, go ahead and check it out. I mean, like, literally, it's actually a pretty fun movie. Well, there you have it, guys. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel and hit the notification, and I'll see you guys later.